7 Formula Performance Round 10 here at Mexico. I am Bryn and I am joined by Delta.
Hello everyone, welcome.
Sorry about that, as we are here for the Mexican Grand Prix. How are you, Delta?
Yes, I'm completely fine. I'm very excited. Round 10, we've just got next week to go, and then that'll end it off. But this race will be very exciting because I'm expecting a lot more action than what happened at USA last week. If you guys were watching that, but for here, I can expect a lot of overtaking from the drivers, a lot of really interesting moves. Obviously, this track is very infamous for certain parts of the track, like the stadium section. Obviously, when the driver wins the race, fans will be absolutely ecstatic. But yeah, I'm very excited for tonight's race.
Yeah, very much so. My personal opinion on tonight that yes, there will be some action, but I've just got that sad feeling as Jacob Reaper has retired from the session. But anyway, my feeling is that we're going to have too many DRS overtakes. It's just not going to be like the race that we won. This is where I'm looking for all the tracks like Japan, because the drivers are only going to have one DRS straight, and this one
Yeah,
DRS straight has got to be crucial, or they're going to have to do some magnificent moves. I mean, if they want to go for a move in Sector 2, that is going to be amazing, but I've just got that bad feeling, yeah, we're going to have a complete DRS overtake race. But anyway, the first driver to set a lap will be CPI Black Phoenix, who is now coming off of their outlap to start their lap. Now heading down the main straight. DRS zone starts quite late on because it's such a long straight. You don't want to have DRS open for so long because the car will just max out and lose speed at some point. Anyway, now coming into it, braking at the 100-meter board, turning in nice and early, clipping the apexes, coming through turn 1, 2 and 3. Very cautiously taken, but there's now DRS coming into the second zone because there's 3 zones on this year's game. As Brandon, oh, I did not realise Brandon was on
yeah,
a
he was on
lap.
his lap. He was setting purples.
That is a very good lap from the Renault for a banker, but Tom AJ will be the next one to come across the line in the McLaren. Can Tom? No, Tom is 8 tenths off. So that's certainly interesting. But as I will now go back on board with Black Phoenix, who has also invalidated. But
I think
Skeven,
it's Cherry 2 pilot's closest. I think the rest are on their laps. Yeah, Skeven's got an invalidated Cherry 2 pie is coming through to turn 11 now. Lap out, so
that
I'm
Ferrari is not very good for like proper turning, because one thing to know is that in my opinion I find that it pushes on quite a lot for
yeah.
understeer, so may we see in the race the Ferrari drivers struggling and having to even go down too many gears through there just to get the car to hook up. But anyway, now Cherry is going to finish their lap, taking the tight line, and sets a 14.0.
Very interesting.
Top 3 separated by 1.3 seconds.
It was that middle sector that Cherry found all that time in when I was on board. That's where he was finding most of the time.
Interesting. But Dre Bay is now coming into the stadium section towards the final 2 corners. Here we go now, heading to, oh, pulls into the pit lane. Interesting. We'll go on board with AMS, who is heading towards the stadium section now. Of course, being on the medium tyre, surely going to try and go for the alternate strategy in that McLaren. But certainly interesting to see. But just another interesting thing to talk about McLaren, of course, they did have their launch the other day,
Yeah.
and it was certainly interesting to see. Some fans were disappointed with it, as AMS does go fourth with a 16.4. Yeah, like I say, some fans were
Okay.
rather...
Nice.
Some
Very good
fans
luck for
were...
him.
Yeah, good lap from the Ferrari, yeah, taking him up to P3. Decent. Just going to go on board with Game Freaker, who is also invalidated. But yeah, some people liked the livery, some didn't. It was very much like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it.
I don't know what people were expecting with that, in my opinion. Like, everyone knew that it wasn't going to be like a different livery because it's just the same car from last year, just it lacks the downforce as it did. That's the only difference. It'll be next year that I think the liveries will change up, I guess. Not the now, it's only teams like Racing Point that are changing them. Same with Renault, they're the only two that I'll be changing. I don't think any other teams will be changing. Maybe the Williams, because people keep saying that they've got rich energy or something like that. That'll maybe be a slight change.
This is something I've got to say now. They have not signed with Rich Energy because they have launched their official team kit, and there is not an ounce of Rich Energy on there. So there's, I think, a bit of confirmation showing that they are not going to be teaming up. But Game Freak, just quickly, is purple in Sector 1. So this is going to be interesting now as they come into the middle sector. Oh, that was a bit of time missing the apex there. But trying to carry as much speed as possible in that AlphaTauri. Looked not very fast through there, having to shift down to 6th. Not loving that, obviously. But still purple, according to the game. Could we see Game Freak in the AlphaTauri take it off of the Ferrari?
He's losing a little bit of the rear end there. Could be a decent lap from him. He's not taking that tight line.
A 15.0.
He didn't take that tight line.
No.
Like the tight line on the last corner, he just pushed the car super wide. I'm not too sure if he's worried that the rear will just step out too much, or...
Brandon has just started a lap and he has got a slipstream from Game Freaker there because Game Freak was going slow down the main straight. Brandon's kind of had a bit of aid there. Don't know whether that's something the stewards might look into.
Black Phoenix, I'm not too sure if he's on his lap, but he looked like he was absolutely beaming through to the S's on sector 2.
Black Phoenix is purple in Sector 2, 8 tenths quicker than Game Freaker. I think we might see...
Yeah, it was looking like a very good lap for the middle sector. That might be Paul.
No!
Oh, only just. He didn't take that tight
300s in it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back on board with Brandon, who is also now coming to the end of Sector 2.
It's 2 tenths up, almost 3 tenths.
Could see. Doesn't look like Brandon is going to jump up so far if he's going to keep that 3 tenths. But though, he might be able to find it in this final corner. Will they take the tight line? Yes, they do take the tight line.
2 tenths up.
Does improve, but does not improve position. Interestingly enough.
Pure one Will, he's on his lap in the Haas this time.
I'm on board with Will.
It's good, looking good. He's got purple sector 2 going to the game, but I think that'll just say off everyone.
I think the game is rather glitched at this point.
Didn't say it for Dino though, which I'm interested about. It might.
Dino's not on a lap, right? Dino was on a lap, but looks like they backed off. Anyway, it's going to be a 14.8 from the Haas. Interesting. So top 3 are separated by 3/10. Well, 2800 sort of thing, second sort of thing. So certainly interesting. But then the gap between first and fourth is 8 tenths. So 2 tenths, nearly 3 in between the top 3, and then 8 tenths within the top 4. Three Gloves is out right now on the mediums in the AlphaTauri. Another one trying the alternate strategy.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to stay safe because I'm not too sure about tower runs here. I haven't done this track in a while, but doing the alt strat could be very beneficial.
Certainly could be. But Three Gloves does seem to be 1.4 seconds down on Black Phoenix's Sector 2 time, as he did do a 55.0. So could we be looking at a 16.5? That's my guessing. A 15.7. Of course, I've just realised my maths are not right.
Dino will actually get slicing into the top 10 there, 8th, 115.5.
Now that's something we don't often see, though I will comment on his tyre age. 3 lap old tyres, so that should be something that they need to watch out for starting the Grand Prix. But see, yeah. Greeny is now on a lap as well in the Alfa Romeo Orlen, coming into Sector 2.
Pushing a bit of grass there.
Yeah. But this section is not very friendly to controller players. See, losing time and most importantly getting invalid there. But another driver to go on board with right now, I think, is gonna go Skeven, who is invalid.
I want to watch Pip Matt for a bit, even though he's only just started it. We can see how.
Let's see how the
Williams
Williams driver feels.
We haven't actually seen the Williams out the pits yet. It's the gamer's sitting in, so the best we can get is Pip Matt. See how the Williams looks around here. Put a lock up there for turn 1 and 2. I'm not noticing it losing as much time as I would have thought. He's got a purple sector 1 according to the game, and it never really glitches the purple sectors for the 1, only if it's for 2.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's going to get a bit dirtier, we'll say, from this Red Bull. So, the Williams, of course, having little downforce already, this is just going to make things a lot worse. Having to break through there. Yep, invalid.
Yep. I want to check his sector time real quick, see if it actually wasn't alive before he gets into the pits. A 28.4 for the first sector. But he was. Where would he have slowed down? He would have been around about. He's the 5th fastest on the sector 1, so he would have put it in maybe like 5th. What he was looking at sector 1, but sector 1 isn't that big anyway, so that could have been easily dropped if he finished it.
Yeah.
But I do hope Gamer goes out the pits and sets a lap, because he didn't do it last week.
And it didn't pay off.
It didn't. The first challenge did not work for him, so I wouldn't recommend it, especially in a car like that. And round here as well, like you said, there's not that many places that we could really see. It'll just be a DRS train.
Hello, Connor, and Supcar.
This track has been in the works for so many years. It's insane. It's gradually upgrading, because I was just looking at stuff about it, just to learn about it, and the track was made in 1963. Well, no, it wasn't made in 1963. The first Grand Prix was in 1960.
Was held. Yeah, it was held back in 1964.
That's insane.
Oh, Black Phoenix was on a good lap there, but just invalidated. Matt's
Older than me by like a long shot. I didn't know it was that happening now. That's interesting. Well, that's probably 2018 though. Maybe they changed.
But now going on board with Greeny for this whole lap, I think we should.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just looking at it. It's insane.
Hello, Connor. Big C.
4.3
aka
at
Goat.
4 kilometers.
Oh, that's invalid for Greeny. Oh, this is not looking good. With only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left of this session, 8 drivers still have not got a time on the board. But now Skeven is going to start a lap in that Haas Formula 1 team car, or as it used to be, Rich Energy Haas, because you did actually quite like the colour, the black and gold. Haas,
Yeah, I thought it was really cool, especially in league racing. Obviously in real life, the black and gold was supposed to look really cool when it was on a podium, but they never got on a podium. But in the game, in F1 2019, it was probably the best car to be in for league racing. The black and gold Haas. Some people said they didn't like it, some people did, but then now people are like, oh, I miss it. Because we've got the original Haas livery, just the black, red and white. But I don't mind it, but I miss the Rich Energy one.
Well, I feel that the 2020 livery that we are looking at right now, which is also just Spawn.
This is why Rich Energy left, though. That's the main reason why. That's the main reason why they left Haas.
Yeah, but I was going to say that I feel that this is a downgraded version of the 2018 Haas.
Yeah.
Because the 2018 version of this livery was a lot better. It's like they got that livery and thought, let's make it worse.
Alfa Romeo on the other side, their liveries have always been nice.
Oh, they have always, and you're right there, have looked good. The way
every year they upgrade the livery to make it look even nicer.
I mean, the way that the Alfa Romeo badge flows into the red from the white is just so unique. but CC Brain is now starting a lap in that Alfa Romeo. But okay, as I've just okay, that just works right, game, doesn't it? But
I
for
loved their I don't know if you remember it, but it was like a special livery that they run in 2019 or something. I'm pretty sure it was like a weird red. The whole car was red. I think it was for oh, it's before they do their livery showings. Like for their pre-season, they run a livery that they've never gonna use. It's like the red but with that weird white and black, if you know what I mean.
yeah,
It's like a weird livery. Yeah, Alfa Romeo had one and it looked so cool. It was like a snake kind of look. It was like a python thing. It was it? I can't remember, but people thought it was going to be the original livery. Try to find it. You can try to find it while the drivers are doing their out laps.
AMS is gonna be, I think, the first. No, hold on, let me just see if Brandon. Yeah, that's Brandon on an out loud. AMS will be probably one of the first people to do their last of the runs. So anyway, coming across the line now with a 14.5, but next across the line will be, I think, Greeny. No, that is CC Brain. Starting the lap.
So,
okay.
I've sent you there, so you know, but yeah, the laps
Pit
are looking
map.
like they're going to start flying in.
A 15.2. Interesting. As Gamer is also on an invalid lap right now.
It's just getting interesting. Gamer is actually out on a lap. What's he going to do?
He's invalid. He's invalid. It was a 14.9. He would have gone up to P7, but it was invalidated.
Look at your Discord for a second. It'll be worth it, trust me.
Oh yes,
Which one do you prefer? The first one, people thought that was going to be the proper livery. It looked like a kind of snake kind of look.
Yeah, the first one is what I like.
Yeah. The second one looks cool, but it just looks
Then
like
also the black one with all the, I don't know whether you can find it, but that is certainly an interesting livery.
It would just look like a Ferrari, just with a cool design on it, I guess. But yeah, I think that's it for the drivers. A few of them have done their laps. Yeah, Dino's invalidated his. What about Free Gloves? He's 4 times up on his time right now. Going through to the stadium section now. See what he can do for the finale.
Will went up to P4 with a 14.4.
Free Gloves, what's he gonna do? 11th.
15.5.
That's a perfect position if he wants to try doing all strat. He's dead on 11th, which will be a good position because it means it doesn't require as much overtaking as it would if you were starting at the back of the grids, like Gamer is right now, sitting P18. Hasn't done a lot for the second race in a row. So, it's interesting. Every driver has done a lap except Skeven, obviously having a little bit of a spinner on his lap, and then Jacob just pulling into the pits with like 60 minutes to go. Just went in the pits and retired. So, yeah, what qualifying though? Pole lap, 114 flat almost. So the grid's looking pretty close from how it was last week. It was fairly close between the leaders, I think it was a couple of thousandths. But tonight, it looks very much more closer.
Certainly it does between the drivers, but anyway, now Pit Matt has come into the pit box, meaning the session is over, so I will take you through your grid. So starting on pole is Charity Pie in the Ferrari, second is CPI Black Phoenix, third Brandon, fourth PR1 Will, fifth AMS 97 F1, sixth Ugi Azim, seventh Tom AJ, eighth Game Freaker, ninth Pit Matt, 10th Dre Bay. In 11th, outside the top 10 now, we have 3 Gloves, Dino, CC Brain, Greeny, Jofin, Skeven, Jacob, and Gamer rounding up the back of the grid.
Yeah, it's looking very close. Very, very close. 33 thousandths of a second between Cherry and Black Phoenix. So, one thing I'd like to say, it's really odd seeing a Scotsman in a Ferrari. I don't think Ferrari would ever sign a Scotsman. They always send Italians or something, or like a Spaniard. Unless the Scotsman of Cherry learns to talk Italian, then that's the only way I can see it happening.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it's just weird to see that, a Scottish flag with a Ferrari. It's really weird.
Although, you could say the same about yourself.
Nah, but like, no. but I don't like proper real life F1. Seeing a Scotsman in a Ferrari, it'd just be weird because it'd be like both of them wouldn't understand what each other's saying. Like if you take someone like from like Glasgow, because Edinburgh's obviously just a clear like accent, but Glasgow, take a guy from Glasgow who has like an accent that no one understands, put him in a Ferrari, they'll be talking different languages to each other. Like neither of them will understand what each other's saying. An Italian says something, you won't understand. He says something, the Italians won't understand. But
Yep.
I
So
don't know why I find that so odd to see.
Just going to run through some of the comments. So, hello Alpha,
position.
hello Jess.
Go on, pole position for the Ferrari.
Something that you love to say and something I not personally a fan of.
I swear it went like this last week as well. We had a Ferrari on pole, and it was who was it? I'm trying to remember. Someone won this race as a Ferrari, and I don't remember who it was, and I really should remember, but I've done so many commentaries, I've just been trying my best not to say the wrong gamer tag. I need to check, because if I want to check and see who actually won, because I remember we had them in the interview box, and I said that I was happy with them, or something like that. I think I just need to check. But last week, if you guys haven't watched the US Grand Prix, I'd highly recommend it. That race had a lot of drama. Me and Bryn did a couple bets on Ferrari and Williams, and there was a lot of battles there. So
yeah, I remember I had to say something that I kind of didn't like. So anyway, just gonna quickly run through the tyre allocation. So of course, top 10 starting on the soft compound, which they did qualify on. But then look at this outside the top 10. We've got Joe Finn, Greeny, CC Brain, Dino, Three Gloves, and Gamer all starting on the medium tyres.
Why has he done that?
Skeevens on the hards, and
no, I mean Jacob
starting on the softs. That is interesting from Jacob, to say the least.
It'd be a very interesting thing because he'd get off the line much more quickly, unless he feels like that. Well, for me, personally, I think it'll be really interesting to see what Jacob does, setting a P17 on the soft in a racing car. So he's got the Mercedes engine, it's that far back, so I'm really interested to see how he gets off the line with them softs. Will he be able to get past all these medium guys quick enough? Or will he just get held
don't
up?
think so. Oh, well, and AMS have been disqualified from the formation lap. But
there's two strategies: soft, mediums, soft, or soft, mediums, mediums.
Yeah.
So both of them are very interesting, but doing an alt strat will swap up a lot. Mediums, mediums, softs, or does that sound like a really odd strategy? Not too
that
sure.
is an odd strategy, I would say.
It would work if a safety car happened.
As
So mediums,
well,
mediums,
isn't happening with
mediums,
AMS. Just commenting,
Oh,
saying
Skeevens lagged out apparently. It's got an X beside his name. Or is that just the game? AI.
Anyway, can we get a better view?
Oh, he has.
He has lagged out.
You do the lights. You do the lights and I will do the...
Can we see? Here we go. 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. All tyres getting wheel spin there on all the cars. But anyway, heading down to turn 1. Very good start from the AlphaTauri of Game Freaker. Heading towards turn 1 now. Almost looking like they are going 4 or 5 wide. Look at this.
Oh.
This is what we love to see going into turn 1. But going side by side right now. 3 wide going into turn 2 for some drivers there.
Oh, no, this is getting
But it is Charity Pie. Game Freaker's round.
Jacob round. Jacob as well, so starting on them softs wasn't the best bet. I think he's got damage.
But anyway, Uki looking like he's going to go for a move on the Haas there, but the Haas is defending it, but Ugi does manage to get that move done. Oh! Dino and Pitmat.
Oh. Look around as well. Has he got damage? No, he does not. Sherry already leading by 1.3 seconds almost off the line, so that start really
here we go, the battle of the McLarens. Here we go. Oh, they're trying to hold it side by side. Look at this. This is what we want to see next year. This is the sort of thing we want to see next season with Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris at the wheel. Well, maybe not Zach Brown, but we do. Anyways, Game Freaker getting past Eurofin, who is round. Interestingly
Tom's
enough.
absolutely burning that ERS, but AMS has just got that straight line speed and the overtake. So Tom AJ looking like he was trying to get his past his teammate as quick as possible there, but it didn't work. AMS was defending at the right possible minute, but once DRS gets into the mix, we'll be expecting this train to be lasting even longer.
Yuki Azim has only got 10% ERS.
Oh, jeez.
Using it up. As Gamer has gone up gone round the outside.
Jacob.
Oh, got
Jacob.
Jacob.
Lunge.
Lunged at Andre Bay. That Renault has got damage. That Alpine has. The Alpine's got damage.
I don't think it was from Jacob, because Jacob was on the left hand side. That's on his right hand side. So maybe with that spin that he had with I think it was because there was a couple collisions, because they did 4 wide for turn 1 and 2. So a couple of people probably got a little bit into the mix there with damage. But so far, very clean start for lap 1 though. Cherry 2 leading by 1.5 seconds right now. Brandon 1.4 seconds ahead of CPI Black Phoenix. So it's very interesting.
Of course, Cherry 2 Pie, like you say, just saying, Cherry 2 Pie in the lead now by 1.4 seconds. No DRS for Brandon or Black Phoenix. It'll be Will who's the first car to be able to use DRS on this grid. But it's going to be interesting. But we've got Jacob and Drebe in the pit lane. Jacob going onto the hards. Don't know whether you'll be able to get him to the end. It will be a push, but we'll see.
He just got him through the pits. What's going on? Oh, he's on that side of the pits, okay. He only just got in front of him when he started ghosting. The Renault just stopped in the pit lane to let the racing point past. That is very irritating when that happens in the races. You pit and then one of the other teams get out of the pit lane, and then your car just goes to a sudden stop and then they go past you.
Will has just been the first one to get a penalty, a 3-second time penalty to be exact. But currently, you see this. You've got the SF1000, aka the tractor, being followed by the SF90, because the parts that are given to Will's left.
No, you don't. No, you don't. We don't have the SF90 behind us.
No, you don't. You now have the MCL35 behind you.
Yeah, you jinxed it. Jinxed it. Saying he's catching. Yeah.
I mean, the SF90 with the rubbish engine has not worked out well for Haas, has it?
Engine failure. Yeah, the McLarens are going to get past fairly quickly.
They have got past.
Easy.
But now CC Rain is on the back of 3 gloves, or will comment. But he's not using any overtake or ERS, they are just conserving right now. But Dino is back on the back of his teammate. Can we see the black Mercedes fighting as Duo Finch just let him go?
Oh,
that's boring. I've got to be very blunt there and say that as Greenie. Oh, that's just, of course, I forgot. Dummy. No. Should be there. Of course, PR1 will be in an AI. I don't know whether will join back. Will join back.
It's by an AI. Never mind. Both the Haas has already done in. They're like, no, we're not driving this car. Stay back in the pits. I'll invite them just to be sure that they haven't just rage quit, because they should have had spares. Because I shouldn't really be inviting them, because I'm supposed to be commentating with you, but obviously I did not have spares. I'll have to invite. So Pure One Welton Skeven underscore.
AMS has caught up to the back of Ugi Azim, now being in DRS range, but has not got it going into the second DRS zone.
They've been given an invite, Skeven and Pure One Well has, so they should be able to get back in as quick as possible. They won't be too happy with the positions that they're in right now. You've got Skeven 16th, you've got Will in 13th, so not going to look good when they come back. We've got two of the volumes pretty close up to the points. We've got one in P11, one in P9, and Gamer's kind of struggling to catch up to the Alfa Romeo CC Brain, but Pure One well said in the PS4 chat, lovely power cut. So he's had a power cut which is just completely disconnected everything in his house. But
That's certainly
I've sent
interesting
you
to
an
see.
I've sent you an invite, well, if you're here. So you will be able to get in as quick as possible. Because the AI is, well, I've looked at it and it's not the slowest, so your car will still be up there by the time you get there.
Yep. Okay, AMS has used up all their ERS trying to catch Uki, I will say right now.
This is just becoming a DRS train already in lap 6.
What did I tell you?
Okay, I was expecting a lot of overtakes, but I forgot how there's so many heavy braking zones that, like, we'll say, oh, it's gonna be an intense one. The braking,
is Gamer gonna go for a move on CC Brain in the Williams? No. Gamer just thinks, no, I'm just gonna stick behind. The Alfa Romeo's quicker, only slightly. Though they are got the same pace in a way, according to the game. There's like a tenth, or just like that little, within a tenth, they're slightly different.
Yeah. What we're saying with this track is that we're gonna start shouting, going, "Oh, we're gonna get a battle! We're gonna get a battle!" And then we'll just realise that they've got no ERS. They take a heavy braking zone, and then boom, they're back to like 30 or 20, and then it's just a DRS run again. But Gamer looks like he's much more closer to CC Brain, but I don't think he'll get past him on this track because of the DRS and overtake. Then again, Gamer's on 75% ERS, while CC Brain is on 40 right now. Look at that exit of the Alfa Romeo there. Tommy G has pit lap 7, I'm guessing he will be sticking on the mediums, and then another set of soft later in the race.
Very much so, but here we go, Gamer going for the move on CC Brain, and he got past before the braking zone.
Never mind, I didn't talk too much actually there. I was expecting it just to be a train, but he actually got past him, puts him into 7th now. And he's got the DRS as well, lovely stuff.
P1 Will is actually back now. P11, so yeah, of course, was in P5, but still not as far down as Skeven, who has not joined back.
The gap is starting to close between Brandon 3 second time penalty. I was going to say he was getting super close to Cherry, gaining a lot of time, but no, he's just cut. He's gotten, as you would say, Brendan, got a bit greedy with the curve. He's got a bit too greedy with the curve, and he's just got a penalty. So having a penalty around here isn't the greatest, because I don't think penalties are too high around here. I think it's just that middle sector. If you can smoothen that out, you'll be fine. But Dino, he's got 3 seconds through the middle sector as well. So middle sector is a killer. But the top two, they've got a lot, like barely any ERS to use. But obviously I say that, but the braking zones are just going to regain it all back in a matter of no time. But the gap is closed from 1.2 seconds to 6 tenths. So
Greeny has got the most ERS out of. Oh no, Dino has.
I think Gamer actually had 70, but he's got 54.
Yeah, I'm just looking through every driver's ERS. I wish that's one thing that you could be able to look at. Say midstream, as it's just okay. There we go. Now it's let me select people. But Tom AJ getting past Dino now.
This is going to be a very interesting fight. We got the Renault versus the Ferrari, so this will be interesting. He is in the DRS reach closer than he was just before. Ferrari looking like it's much more better in the exits compared to the Renault. Much more.
Hello, Trap.
Almost separated by a second just on one exit. Wow. Yeah, literally, that Ferrari is on a whole nother level compared to the Renault. So it was just 7 tenths, but the DRS will come into play though. Like a lot. Just a second now, 6 tenths. Little lock up from Chair 2 pack, I don't know if it's turn 2 now. TPI Black Phoenix, he's stuck in the pits. So it'll be interesting to see when they start pitting between these drivers. I think either they're trying for the long run, try to test each other's pace, try to make them pit, and then they go a lap later. It's interesting what happened.
I will comment that I've only just noticed this now, so don't come at me. But if you remove the yellow from the gloves on the Renault, you've basically got the Alpine gloves already, because you notice you've got the French flag, red, white and blue.
No, yeah, fair enough. I didn't actually notice that. I never really noticed that, to be fair.
I've only just noticed it now while I was watching the onboard Brandon as he's getting to the back of Cherry 2 Pie. It's certainly interesting.
See, look at the gap just closing that exit every single time. But they're pitting though, but Brandon cuts the pit lane basically. Just cut through the curb on the pit lane. He was gonna go, but then when he saw Cherry 2 Pack,
They're going on the mediums? Yeah, mediums. And
yeah,
Brandon's
yeah,
going on
they'll,
mediums as
they'll
well.
do another stop. But Oogie,
Hey,
as Cherry's teammate, yeah, he won't be pitting. He'll be going up this lap.
As Three Gloves is now... Oh no, Uki Azim. Uki Azim's going for a
Yeah,
lap.
Oogie will have to pit
Three
this
Gloves
lap,
is
so-
net P1 right now, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, because he's doing the alt. So the alternate strategy could be fairly decent.
If
But
I'm right, they're probably going to do medium hard.
yeah, they'll just need to not need a safety car though. Like when they get on them hards and a safety car comes out, their strategy's out the window because everyone will do it. So.
I don't
Does he
know.
have the number 8? No, he has the number 9. I genuinely thought he had the number 8. I was wondering why the Grosjean's number was on a Ferrari there. Like for Oogie there, but it's the number 9. I just thought it was an 8 for some reason.
Kryptonite, illegal pit entry from Brandon. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say because he kind like I don't mean to like kind of snitch, but it was very obvious on what he did.
Very well caught.
Yeah, I noticed it because he was taking that tight line, but he slammed on the brakes, just fully flinged it in the pits. So
Yeah, that's...
that would be a penalty, I'm guessing, because if you guys don't read the feedback, it shows you the track map and it says all the things you can't do during the race. So it's unfortunate for Brandon, but he was basically asking for it, taking that penalty for this one.
Well, here comes Cherry 2 Pie. Sorry, Cherry 2 Pie is now going to make a move on Greeny. DRS now enabled. Greeny is not using any overtake, knowing that he's going to sit behind anyway. Of course, being on older tyres, knowing that, of course, Cherry 2 Pie is going to have to pit again, and he's going to have to pit. No needing to worry.
Yeah, Azim's get just about swamped by 2 McLarens. So this is what I'm liking. The McLarens are doing team plays. They've both been swapping their positions for the DRS. So if they just DRS train each other, they're pretty much set for very good points. Obviously he's out of the DRS now, but if you have a teammate and you're close, you could just DRS train each other constantly and you could just make it for the grid.
Yes, I've
Follow
done
each
that.
other's flow.
I've done that before with a teammate in another league. Oh, AMS there, drifting a bit on the exit. But yeah, it just helps you gain so much time because one driver can save up ERS. Then once that driver's... Oh, as Brandon's got past Greeny now as well. But yeah, once one driver's got enough ERS, swap back round.
Yeah.
And just keep
Yeah,
going.
it's very good team players. That's why you never want to pick a teammate like I don't know. If you know a teammate that you do kind of know well, and you know that they'll be fine just doing that. It's like, obviously we don't accept slipstream in quality, but for other leagues, you could slipstream your teammate and all that stuff in the qualifyings for other leagues. To like help your teammate get up there with you if they're slower than you.
Game is right over the back of Three Gloves right now.
Yeah, he's looking like he's had some very... Well, he's in P2 right now.
I'm sorry, but Williams is currently doing well. I'm not going to say anything more than well. Azuki Azim has got past.
You'll save very well, and then it'll just be going in the bin. Like,
Yeah, can you just
Gamer looking like he's gonna win this race.
Getting another
Gamer's
penalty.
gonna win this race, isn't he, Brun?
Stop.
He's absolutely blistering.
Ferrari's gonna absolutely blister this. I'm gonna win.
He's got no pens right now.
Ferrari have got no pens right now.
He got a horn in there when I went on the race director. That's great. He actually does as well. That's a chance and a half. 2 more. Jeez.
I think a Ferrari's not gonna get a penalty this race, and I think a Ferrari's gonna win.
Well, that's a bit far, don't you think? The middle sector still exists. We've got 1 in 9th and we've got 1 in 4th. We've still, third. We've still got 1 in the early days, so maybe. Not so sure.
Come on, CC Brain. CC Brain, come on.
So,
You know what you need to do? As Black Phoenix and Greeny's pitted in onto the hard. No, mediums.
Mediums.
Two
He
stop.
literally is doing the strategy I said, yeah. It's not a bad strategy, but it'll be the slowest, but it'll be the fastest if... Whoa. That's, Pitman Chilfin, and a Williams gets past a Mercedes just like that. What is going on?
Something I love to see.
What is happening with Dino? Come on, Dino. Come on, don't let him do this to you, come on.
A Mercedes and a Williams fighting. What the hell is this? Is this 2012 or 13? Is it 2012 or 13 right now?
Come on, Pip Matt. Come on, yeah, you've got to... Come on, Dino. Come on, Dino. Come on, Dino. Come on, Dino.
Come on, Pip Matt. Come on. Come on. Hold that inside line. Oh, look at that. Dino just turning in clearly.
This is getting interesting. I'm fairly surprised that the Williams kept its defences up this high compared to the Mercedes. Obviously, if you put any other driver in the Mercedes, like for example Gamer, I think it'd be an easy prediction.
Oh yeah. If Gamer was in the Mercedes, we might as well just literally not bother just saying, oh, look who's in the lead.
Oh, CC Brain, first penalty. He got a 3 second for going into the pits. I don't know if it was an illegal entry or something. I hope it wasn't, because I didn't see it, but...
I didn't catch it.
I'm almost feeling
medium
right now.
medium, and again. But 3
yeah,
goes
it is the strategy. I knew, because I know it's soft, mediums, or soft, medium, soft, but if you're on the mediums, don't do...
Sector 3!
Hards. Oh, this could mess it up!
Dino has bottled it.
Don't say that.
Don't say he bottled it.
Oh, Will's back. And he's going to do a move on the Mercedes. What's happening?
Dino's retired.
Oh, he's on the hards as well, and he's passing him. 3-lap old hards, and he's passing him. Dino's absolutely fuming in the game chat. See his little speaker at the top right, he's absolutely fuming.
Hopefully nothing too bad, because if any of us were in game chat right now...
No, if commentators did game chat, everyone would just troll and start saying stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or let's just hear gear shift. We just hear the gear shift constantly of people's wheels.
Yeah, it's here. Literally the pedals going. I'm not going to do it in mine, but just like bang, 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 bang.
Oh, Dino ain't too happy, and I literally called it. If you see on the notification, he said. Well, the very most common word that people use, it begins with an F. He used that and then said this.
Is Brando gonna eat this? Oh, okay, yep, just seen.
Gamer.
Is Gamer gonna get? Brando's come from nowhere.
I'll do a double. Oh,
no.
Would, if he was a little bit more closer to go, he could have got past Cherry. That would be the
Three
nicest
Gob's gone on to softs.
Oh, medium, soft, mediums. Oh, that's a really odd strategy. I don't like that.
No.
Medium, soft.
No. Medium, soft, soft.
Medium, soft. It's not bad. It's not bad. See,
because
I like this track,
take the softs for 10 laps. That'll be lap 25. Then take them from lap 25 to 36. That's 11 laps. Sorry, 10 and 11.
Very interesting. Come on, Bryn. Come on, you're supposed to be the. Just come on. You said top set of Ash. Come on.
Listen, I don't care. Listen, I may have said I'm top set, which I am, but that doesn't mean I'm good at maths.
Well, how many laps have we got remaining? In 2 laps. In 2 laps, how many laps have we got left?
In 2 laps?
Yeah.
19.
Here you go. No, I was waiting for you to go,
No, literally, I prepared it in my head as soon as you say, what lap? I was just like, right, okay, it's got 21 now 20. I was thinking in 2 laps time, that'll be 19 from 21 to 19.
I invited Skeeven and he's not joining. He joined and then left again. He's not having a power cut. I hope he isn't. Skeeven, obviously he's dead last, I'm pretty sure. I think. Is he? Skeeven the last driver? No, he's not. Dino. So, if we could, for the finale, run away with a clean sheet with no retirements, that'd be the best feeling ever. But
can I put in here and just say,
retirement.
Can I say one thing? One word, and it's Japan.
Japan. Wait, for next week?
No, that's Abu Dhabi next week. But no. Oh, Jacob Reaper has retired in the pit lane. I almost said Weeper, because I cannot pronounce ours properly. Gotta love that. But yeah, no, in the penultimate round in Abu Dhabi, one reason why there won't be DNF, there will be DNFs, is because it's not a fun track, and there'll be drivers outside the points who'll just get bored and will retire in pits. But in Japan, in the final round, I'm going to say at least 5 drivers will retire, at least at minimum, because they'll get caught out in the S section. In
I
sector
thought
1.
this was I genuinely thought this was the second last race,
No,
but it's not. It goes Mexico and then Abu Dhabi, then Japan. Oh yeah, Japan won't be a clean sheet, I don't think. No. Well, maybe. But with this grid, I can expect a lot of. Well, they've 100% made my very first season of PSGL commentary very interesting. Obviously, I started at single. I think I started at. We started at Monaco, actually.
Yeah, we did start at Monaco.
We started at Monaco, which was on the December. No, it wasn't on December, was it? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But yeah, we started commentating for round. Let me think. So it's what round is it now?
Round 10.
10. So round 5. That's it. Yeah. So 5 weeks ago. I just looked at it there. I didn't actually just figure that out there. Yeah, five races ago we did our debut, but I've enjoyed it a lot. We've still got another couple more races to go. Not a couple more. We've got this and then that Abu Dhabi and then Japan.
Yeah,
so
a
Japan
couple more.
To end
a couple
off,
more. 2.
Yeah,
a couple.
So Japan to end off a finale is amazing. It's amazing because some leagues actually end their leagues off with Brazil. Like, a lot of leagues end their leagues off with Brazil because they find that Brazil is more of an interesting track than Abu Dhabi, which is true. Abu Dhabi is a bit stale because you've just got a couple of straights, and the third sector is probably the most boring first sector in the whole calendar for Abu Dhabi. It's so short as well.
17 seconds long.
The middle sector is decent. Maybe that's interesting.
Middle sector is just straights.
The middle sector is just a couple straights into like a little sweeping right-hander, and then into another one, and then the last sector is just done like that. So, I hope it won't be like a snooze fest for a few of the drivers. Obviously not for us because we love seeing drama, but for the drivers, we don't want to see any retirements at Abu Dhabi. So we can only hope that next week will be not a DRS train like this, because I want to stick on the position changes and see if anyone's actually made a position. So a couple people have went up one position or down a position, but the two guys who have probably made a big impact for the race tonight is Freegolf's 5 positions up in Gamer.
Here we go, Brandon. Brandon's going to take the lead. Sorry, just to interrupt.
He's got it.
Brandon
DRS.
With DRS has done the move. It was a good move, but then it's also just boring because it was DRS. Literally no emotion.
If we have a side-by-side for turn 1, obviously we can't force them to do a move because it's scary, but it'll be, I hope we can see a really close fight. We're lap 19 out of 36, so this could be interesting with a safety car, or just any drama, but it looks like every driver struggles on just onto sector 2 now. They always struggle on that exit, the rear just steps out every single time. So I hope we can get a little bit more interesting, but the penalties though, they're flying in for the middle sector. Well, I've got a really interesting train. We've got CC Brain, Game Freaker, and Greenie. So this could spice up if, well, they're all running low on DRS, sorry.
ERS. Energy recovery system, not drag reduction system.
Yeah, they're running low on ERS, so they should be fine. They could battle. Then again, the heavy braking zone is going to go up to by like 50.
Don't forget, they've got Greenie behind them with 60%.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I mean, of course, CC Brain and Greenie will be at a natural disadvantage because, yeah, Ferrari power, as we saw in 2020, made fans like you depressed. But the Honda power should be slightly quicker, but with Greenie having more ERS, Greenie's going to come out trumps here.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Greenie using a lot of it now. Used 10% just on the straight there.
He wasn't actually using overtake, funny enough. That was just medium using 10%. Which is kind of a lot, if you know what I mean. This is where some drivers miss the non-option, because they could save up their ERS and then just use it. Whereas now with having no non-mode, as Game Freak looked at moves there, but then Locked up both fronts. So your game is right over the back of 3 gloves in the Williams. God, it looks like he's driving a boat.
Who? Gamer.
Gamer, yeah. Struggling in the corners, just like, help. Please.
Oh, and does a move on the Ghost. What a move.
What a move!
Very nice, this move. But we will get 3 goals through the straight, because the Williams looks like it's got some decent straight line speed. Or it was just Pit Matt's straight line speed with his aero, but it's very good. Could get him, potentially.
CRG game is not going to use any ERS, just the drag reduction system, which gives you an extra 13 miles an hour or 20 kilometers an hour.
I want to see a Merrick on the top step and just see how close it'll be, but if we stick a really quick guy in it, then it'll already be predicted. But it's not been looking like the greatest races for the Mercedes drivers. Obviously, they had. Well, talking of Mercedes, one's off.
Oh, yes.
One's exploring the runoff sections for some reason.
Like to go explore the rest of Mexico.
He didn't actually even accidentally do it. He genuinely just turned off to the grass to let him past.
Yeah.
Very big ground there. Went into the grass to let him past.
Probably going to probably either letting the car past or going to find some Mexican cuisine.
That was for position, though.
That was position. That was interesting. Maybe they just got bored and wanted to go and find some cool Mexican things to do.
Track is genuinely ancient though compared to Mania.
Oh,
if we put our age together, it's not even gonna work because this will still be older. Because this was made in the 60s. The Grand Prix was first held in 1963.
Even if we put my age tomorrow, because of course, final comes as a 14-year-old, we'd still be younger than it.
Yeah. I'm nowhere near it, no. Give me another... No, I was gonna say, give me another 30 years, but then it'll just be even more it'll be 3 times older than me then. That's if they keep the track.
Yeah.
I reckon, I know this is really random to say general commentary, but I really wish Malaysia was still in this game, because I feel like that would be the finale for almost every single league.
Oh, I can agree with you about Malaysia.
I think that would be the finale for most leagues. Or even the German Grand Prix. That was an amazing track. Obviously, that's been an effort for ages, but that track, that first turn was so annoying. 2019. Right. So I wouldn't want it on this game because invalidations and penalties are so stupid. It'd be worse than Canada, in my opinion. I genuinely think it would be.
Since we are talking about the F1 game, don't you think that they're gonna have to add Imola and Portimao now? Because if they do, I think they could be final races for leagues as well. Because Portimao being a very, what's it called, interesting track with so many elevations, could be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think with people saying that there'll be new tracks, like the tracks that are happening in this year's calendar, will happen in the game. It most likely will. It's not like they can't just say, oh yeah, we're going to do this calendar, but we're not going to add the tracks. They'll have no choice but to, because it's part of the calendar.
Yeah.
So they removed Germany. It's not like they're just going to keep it because everyone liked it. They'll remove it because that's not in this year's calendar. So if you ever wanted to do Germany, you'd have to do 2019. If you wanted to do Malaysia, you'd have to go on F1 2017 or something. Just be like, it's the only way you can get access to the tracks now, or unless you just go on iRacing, or you just go on
R Factor 2,
or else Assetto Corsa, I guess. You can play a Milan there. And again, the Turkey Grand Prix, Turkey, that was a really interesting race.
It was
a very underrated track. That was a really underrated track, in my opinion. The Turkish Grand Prix. But yeah, there's literally not that much stuff happening. What is it? It's just a DRS train, so we're almost losing things to talk about right now. Talking about the new game, but the new game, I wouldn't expect it to be any different from this, graphics wise, or like anything. Unless you just get a PS5, maybe it'll enhance it a lot. But I don't mean to diss their games, but I don't understand how 2019 can be a year before this game, and they've somehow made 2019 look like the better version. Like they've been doing these games for years, and I don't understand how they don't realize that when they released this game, it was gonna have so many glitches. Like
Yeah.
Codemasters have done these games for years. Like not even just F1, they're doing games for years. Surely they should know that this game, yeah, it got Game of the Year, but like multiplayer sides, it's just so glitchy. Like you literally jump in a qualifying with no hands.
Yeah.
What was that? No hands or something. Or your guy's just a floating head. Or if you've seen Sergio Gamer's Twitter, he was doing a My Team and his car only had wheels. He only had wheels, his whole chassis was just gone. Like, the game is just sometimes very broken. It's like, I don't understand it. So I hope the next year's game will be better. I'm not expecting a lot from it, but we just need them to fix these glitches because they're not going to listen. It's the one thing you can tell. They focus more on career modes, which I don't recommend. But
It will certainly be interesting to see, because one thing I can agree with you, not only is the glitches, is the graphical difference. Because F1 2020 has been an improvement over 2019, but I find that you don't really find the difference in graphical performance unless you play it on PC and play it on the ultra high settings. Because if I compare this game right now on PS4, so what everybody most likely will see, compared to PC or on my Xbox One X, for example, is that the colours are just so dull. Whereas on PC they're so much more vibrant. The game also handles a lot different, so how can you... Of course with PC there are differences, of course, as you know.
Yeah, like graphics cards and that.
Yeah.
Like graphics cards.
But my main problem is that I can understand the physics difference, because of course they're going to have different engines. Game engines is what I mean. But
Yeah.
I don't know how they could be so different, because I prefer racing on PC. I've only done one race on there, but I already find it's a lot better.
Yeah, especially like when you obviously you don't want your graphics to be fully to the max. You want them to be a bit low so you're not losing any frames. Because obviously them little frames matter, and some people, like the esports guys,
Yeah.
you see that they're running like super low to the point that their game does look pretty dead, but it makes it that there's better refresh rate because it's not requiring as much like power from the PC or the computer in general. But yeah, it's a very major difference. I've heard from people who have PCs that it's a very big difference. Like they're never going back to like I had a mate who well, he's in esports now, but he went to PC, and he literally said he's never coming back to PS4. He's staying with PC. So like, if you have enough money, get a PC because it's 100% worth it in the long run.
I mean,
look at this though.
I
Look
know.
at that. Sorry to just cut in, but look at that. I was wondering, is that a lapped car? But no, it's the Ferraris battling each other. Never mind. He let him past.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you mean. Is that because I've been playing F1 on PC lately since I've managed to now be able to play it. As Brandon does set the fastest lap at 1:15 in the race, Jesus. But I will say that even playing on what?
Pit. Why did he pit? He could have went to the end. I'm interested now. Because Black Phoenix doesn't need to go. He can go the whole way.
Yeah.
AMS doesn't need to go. Why did he pit? He could have... They were 5 laps old. They could have went to the end.
Because AMS has now got past 3 gloves.
I'm interested in why Ugi is pit. Maybe he feels like he's got the pace to slowly get past the grid fairly easily, but the driver in front of him, Reason Williams, so that might be kind of straightforward, but he's got him soft, same with Free Gloves and same with AMS, and Black Phoenix pretty much just gonna have to pace the mediums and just relax. So Ugi might spice up this race a lot if he can show some pace in himself. Yeah, and that's the only way I can see this race spicing up a little bit near the end. But Greeny and CC Brain, both teammates, having a nice little switchback moment between each other. But it's looking very balanced between lots of drivers. Obviously, there's a few drivers cars that'll struggle onto you, especially for the middle sector. But I'm not too sure on who's going through the middle sector the nicest, because even like the top three are still struggling a lot, so it's interesting. I'm trying to catch them up, but AMS
AMS.
1:15.6, obviously fresh soft by a lap actually, and he got the fastest lap, so. And he didn't even have DRS, well he has burned a lot of DRS, he's on 2%.
He did have DRS at the start of the lap because he was making a move past 3 gloves into turn 1.
Yeah, he was on 2%, so he's really gunning for that extra point. He's in P4 now, no pens, so.
Here we go. Here goes the Williams, and he goes around the outside, going into the chicane.
Fairly nice move, but I think that's the only move we'll see from him, unless something spices up even more.
Certainly interesting, but one thing I will say is that I can agree with the fact of, just going back to PC, is that your May, I can see where he's coming from, because considering you're playing at such a higher frame rate, it's a lot better, because the fact of your frames are going to be as delayed. So like, say if something happens, it's going to be literally instant, whereas with PS4, with only being 60 FPS, there's going to be a slight delay compared to somebody who's, say, playing on 144 or 165 plus.
Yeah, 100%. It was it's a very big difference. So I've heard. Just checking to see if there's anything that could maybe follow through and spice up a lot.
Cherry 2 Pie has cut down the gap on Brandon by nearly a second.
Uki isn't gaining as much as I did think he would. Creates your esports organization from one of my videos. Oh, I'm the commentator. Yeah, I just saw that thing that you put on Twitter about me of the bottle racing team like that.
Oh
yes, very strong team I must say. Oh great! Oh, second DNF. He's
Game Freaker. What's going on here?
Oh, that spices up. Let's
this
go.
Is spiced out.
Let's go.
Finally, come on. This is what we want to see, people. Will we see any of the drivers pit in? Yes, Oogie's pitted in.
This
Fresh
spices it up
softs.
so much now. This is amazing.
Tom's pit in. Gonna go into the softs most likely. CC Brains does not. Greeny.
What I love about this is that it means that now everyone's now on the same strat, so it's all gonna come down to true pace. So Gamer isn't gonna be too pleased with that. No one is. Brandon's not gonna be happy because now we've got Cherry 2 Pie even closer to him now off the line. So the top three have pens, so this could be either AMS or Gamer or Free Gloves podium potentially. But Game Freaker says flipping ERS, so maybe he activated overtake on the wrong moment and just the car lost it. Because obviously you don't want to activate it at the wrong point because there's a slide. But I'm gonna ask him a real quick question. Obviously it's not an interview, but since it's a safety car, I wanna get a little bit of an inside news on what happened with him. But that's unlucky. Obviously we're not cheering at the fact that DNF. We're just cheering that there's now a safety car. But that's unfortunate for you, but we've had 3 DNFs for tonight. We've got Game Freak.
Game Freak's left as well now.
Yeah, he's not too happy. Yeah, C5 Black Phoenix is pitting, I would guess. Cherry 2 Pie, he's pit. Same with Brandon, so this is getting really interesting. But AMS gets in front, only just. Is Gamer pit? Yeah, Gamer is repairing. Looked like a wing there. I don't know why, but he's not going up the pits. He's getting held up. No, he's fine now. Forgot to let go of the clutch there in the pit lane. But can CC bring it up? No. So safety car for 5 laps. So this will literally just be a 5 lapper for us, but it'll be the most interesting 5 lapper.
Certainly will be.
It's realistic, so
AMS and AMS and Three Gloves, of course, not pitting in, but Black Phoenix, Gamer, Brandon, and Cherry 2 Pie actually pitting in. So these four drivers going to have an advantage over the other two.
Yeah, the position swaps aren't that much, but if we take away the lagged out cars like Skeeven and Pitmatch, take them out the equation, so then we get a good accurate result. Had Gamer going up 12 positions, then Free Glove 7, then first and third, both of them went 2 positions up, then Greeny with 4 positions gained, and then Geofin and Skeeven, obviously not here right now, they've went up a position. So, yeah, the train has kind of broken a little bit between most of the position changes, so it's not just going to be like first finishes first and second finishes second. But
yeah,
we almost had that last week at USA. Guy who was first finished first, and the guy who finished second, and then I'm pretty sure it kind of changed up there, but I can only feel a little bit sorry though for Brandon and Cherry, because they were kind of gapping the guys behind by a pretty big margin, so the penalties wouldn't have came into play. But now, if Brandon nor Cherry Pie can pull a gap to the rest of the field, the podium might just flip. So,
I mean, could we see the Red Bull on the podium yet again?
yeah, he's got a penalty of 3, but Gamer doesn't. Same with Tom AJ. So these drivers, if all of them drivers, so we've got AMS no penalties, Free Gloves no penalties, Oogie no penalties, and Pipmat no penalties. So them drivers, if they can just get a really good restart and try to get as quickly past the grid as possible and just stick behind Cherry and Brandon, yeah, like I said, the podium will flip on its feet. It will literally just change completely. But if we take the penalty that Brandon might actually get for cutting the pit lane illegally, like actually not going through the lane, he just went over the curb like full on, just stopped the car completely and just turned back into the pits. So if we had that penalty, because I don't know how much a penalty is for illegal entry, a pit lane, I'm guessing it'd be like 5 or something. So yeah, it will 100% swap. And if it doesn't, I'll be very surprised. But that safety car isn't good for Brandon because of that penalty that I don't even know if he knows he'll get for the illegal entry. So that he's not going to be happy. He's got 6 seconds already, so if you take another maybe 5 or 10, depending on what he gets, it's not looking good.
Of course, yeah.
But
this will be the final lap of safety car.
3 lap dash.
It
Jeez.
will be.
So not a 5 lap, 3 laps.
3 lap.
If the Mercedes doesn't catch up.
Yeah, 3 laps, sorry, yeah. It's 34, 35 and 36.
Technically it'd be like a 2 lap dash with the
Yeah, 2 lap.
It'd be a 2 lap dash because they're on 34 when they cross the lines. Yeah.
But you've got to complete 34, so it will be 3 laps.
Yeah. This will be fairly interesting.
If this was Monaco and Brandon was to go alongside the safety car going into the final corner, well, I don't know whether you've seen it, but did you know it's actually possible to flip the safety car in this game?
I've never seen it flip before now.
Right, if you going into the final corner at Monaco, if you go alongside the safety car when it goes to turn in, it will turn into you. You will get sent, and the safety car will flip.
What, like the proper thing will actually not just like stay still?
Yeah.
It'll genuinely tip upside down.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that you've done that. I have a feeling you've done this before.
No, it's on a subreddit.
Try it after the stream.
Imagine.
It's actually made it really interesting though, because the safety car is literally an inanimate object. Its wheels aren't even moving.
Is it actually?
They don't move. You think they're moving, but like the wheels move, but the little design, like the rim, the rim doesn't move, but the tires just look like they're moving. The rim doesn't actually even move a single bit; it just stays still. But safety car restart from Brandon, 6 seconds points.
Okay.
Oh, he's getting fairly close to him, Cheerios. This is a Bottas start
There
right
you
now.
go, Krypton.
He's going 20 miles an hour. What's going on? What's a full-on stop? And AMS has lagged out.
Oh
And
no.
Brandon, another penalty. And we're go to the Mexican Grand Prix of the 2 lap dash. So we've got AMS who is lagged out. I will try
Yeah,
and
his
get him
game's frozen. His game has just frozen.
Oh no, I can't even invite him back. But Cherry 2 Pie already behind Brandon by big margins. So AMS. Wait, you'll need to tell me this before he loses position. So AMS. What is it then after AMS?
After AMS, it is 3 gloves. Then it's
No, no, no. I
Blackfeet.
mean AMS. No, I mean AMS is in the gamer tag. What's his gamer tag?
Oh, his gamer tag is AMS 97 F1.
97. Yeah, because he's lagged out. There you go. So I think I invited him at the perfect moment possible.
Could we see a Honda 2-3? Interestingly enough.
Doing a Gasly right now. This will be interesting. But look at the Red Bull of Black Phoenix, almost just slicing through the middle sector with a breeze. It's like butter. He just made it look easy. It's with the Honda. It's just such an OP car. Just engine, everything. They've got the best aero out there, even in real life. But Gamer almost smashed into the back of him, but he is staying on the back of Black Phoenix. So podium for Gamer is looking fairly close, but AMS has lost so many positions out of the blue. How did he lose that many?
I don't know.
He was just third a minute ago, now he's 14th. His AI's burned 100% in a lap.
Oh dear.
He's now on 36, obviously, because of the heavy braking, but jeez.
So currently, the grid order is, if I take it into account for penalties, so winning this Grand Prix will be Cherry 2 Pies, 3 Gloves second, Gamer third, Brandon fourth, no, Gamer third, Black Phoenix fourth, Brandon fifth, I think, if I'm right, it'll be like that.
Is that like a prediction on like what you think might happen for the thing?
Yeah.
Could be, because he's not even that far off the podium, so bagging up a podium in a Williams will be a pretty big achievement.
Can we just not say any more apart from that, what I've said?
No, it'd be a really good achievement for picking up a podium. Especially being in the Williams, it'd be, even getting close to a podium would be a win-win.
DRS is now enabled. And it is the final lap of the Mexican Grand Prix. Brandon does lead this final lap with Cherry 2 Pie close behind. Both drivers on less than 10% ERS. But then 3 Gloves is in third with Black Phoenix close on the tail.
Oh,
and then
CC Brain.
Game Brain. CC Brain.
It's just a scary lockup.
Oh, okay. And Gamer in fifth, followed by Tom, CC Brain and Greeny, the 2 Alfa Romeos in 7th and 8th. CC Brain actually letting Greeny past. Then Will in 9th, Uki in 10th, and AMS is just driving through everybody.
He's not even lagged out because he's back.
Yeah. He's just driving through everybody. He's a lap down.
Wait,
Wait, no, hold on. He can't be.
It says he's P14.
Yeah, he's lapped down.
Now.
He's lapped, apparently.
How did he get lapped in a lap? What? I know that sounds really odd, but how has he been?
I don't know. This game is broken.
We're on the last lap now.
Anyway, Brandon coming round the final corners to finish net P1 on track, but after penalties, Cherry 2 Pie will take that off of him. 3 Gloves will come home in second place, with Black Phoenix coming in fifth. CRG Gamer finishing P3. The Williams on the podium. Ugi Azim in P7. Will P11, CC Brain will come out in P12 with Duo Fin finishing P13, AMS P14, and Skeven's AI finishing P15.
I think that requires a bloody interview right there. That's insane.
That is.
I can try add them, but
yeah, try and add them.
We got both of our favourite teams on the podium, so it's a win-win for both of us.
You should be able to get them in because we are in the.
He wasn't even a lap down, so I think he might go into the points because he wasn't even a lap down.
Yeah, hopefully he can report that to get that place back. But have we noticed we have got a whole? I don't want to say this because Cherry 2 Pie is not British, they're Scottish, but a United Kingdom. There we go. United Kingdom podium.
Yeah.
Second and third being British.
You could say you're the Brit or
Yeah, the
something like
Brit.
that. But
But yeah, Cherry 2 Pie
good for
finishing
Gamer.
in position. Three gloves in second. Gamer in the Williams starting P18 in third. Brandon fourth. Tom AJ fifth. CPI Black Phoenix in sixth. Uki in seventh. Greeny in eighth. Dre Bay in ninth. Pit Matt in 10th. And then outside the top 10 we have CC Brain, Will, Duofin, AMS, and Skevens AI. But
What a
then
result, but
three retirements. Jacob and Dino, of course, being in the pit lane, and Game Freak apparently getting on the overtake button too early on the exit of the middle sector.
it's like that's what a race though. What a race.
Certainly very interesting to say the least.
I've invited a few of the I've asked if they could join, so if they can join that'll be fantastic. But what a race though. I'm just trying to. So if we can try to get them in, that'll be great. So let me just.
We'll give them 2 minutes. Okay, Delta.
Don't worry, I was testing something. I was trying to make sure that that didn't connect. But so we'll get Cherry 2 Pie in, and then was it Gamer? So yeah, talking. That was weird. Right, so then free.
Hello,
gloves.
Cherry.
Hey, you alright?
You?
Yeah.
Well done today on the win. And also, well done, Gamer, getting a Williams on the podium.
I need to try to get him in as well. Right,
Something you don't often see a Ferrari and a Williams on the podium anymore.
We can only wish.
Can only wish. Honestly, well done on that win today. How did you feel going through that race, sort of thing, going into Mexico, to be exact?
Well, I knew that I stay with me.
Wow.
But once he kind of like got the penalties and stuff like that, I just kind of, if he wanted to go in front, he could go in front. Once he got in front the first time, he tried to use his ERS and pull a gap, but was able to stick there. And then obviously the later safety car, I was a bit worried with AMS behind, but as soon as he didn't pit, and obviously I saw that he disconnected as well, I think the gap was going to be easy enough. It was just the final few laps, making sure I didn't get 6 seconds and then hand someone else the win.
Well done on that. Just going to quickly go to Gamer. Honestly, well done getting that Williams from 18th to 3rd. What was it like driving that Williams throughout the Mexican Grand Prix? Because, of course, middle sector is not going to be fun at all, was it?
Yeah, it's horrific, basically. It was a lot worse than USA last time. This time it was slightly drivable. I didn't have a clue how it would be in the race, because in USA, for example, it was quite good in quality, but in the race it was just so bad. Like the tyre wear was awful. But yeah, it was all right actually. Apart from the fact it just had no straight line speed or didn't turn. But yeah, the safety car definitely helped at the end. I think had I not pit, I would have been behind AMS, who obviously disconnected. So I think I could have potentially won if I'd have been if I'd not pit. But well, still a podium, I guess, in the Williams. So it's all right.
Yeah, certainly take it, especially after starting P18, as Delta has weirdly lagged out. But anyway, that is all from me. I will see you next week for round 11 of season 27, and I do not want to turn my PS4 off. I want to stop streaming.